Welcome back to Southeast Texas. I'm Kevin Steele. Joining me now, Godfrey Leggett, a Democratic activist, and Jeffery Lewis, a Republican activist, to talk further about this matter of what appeared to a great many people to be an amnesty program for illegal immigrants, especially here in the state of Texas. A crucial question, as we've discussed, there could be 12 million illegal immigrants in America right now. There could be far more. We really don't. I don't think we know how many's here, and so it's a crucial question, especially in the state of Texas. Was that on Mr. Gingrich's part the other night? Was that a blanket amnesty he threw out?
No, it's not, and he was very careful to make sure he emphasized we're not talking about that.
Amnesty, but he says that he's all right with leaving.
Forget the labels of what we're calling this. What he's proposing is good policy. There is no way that we can extradite 12 million people out of the United States as is, and it's not the fault of anyone on the local level that's doing this.
I mean,
if you were an immigrant, wouldn't you want to come to this country right now? It's got to be far better in Mexico. It's got to be far better than Central America.
You're saying it's not the principled thing to do. It's the practical thing to do.
Well, it's both principled and practical.
These people are all doing jobs in this country right now. They're all working. We tried to limit immigration up north somewhere, and the farmers started raising hell because they couldn't get their crops picked because there's no Americans that want to go out there and pick the crops. We need to.
Is that really the case?
That is really the case.
Look, the central issue is this. We have laws on the book that need to be enforced. They have not been enforced at this point, and that's the fault of the federal government. That's how we got here with 12 million people in the country.
You don't take that as a
there's two segments.
The Hispanic vote.
There's two halves.
You take that as a principled view of
No, it's just common sense. I mean, it's really appealing. It's really appealing to Republican base here because there's two problems to the immigration issue. There's the problem of how do we keep people from coming in, and then what do we do with the people already here?
Are the polls going to hold? Is Newt Gingrich the nominee for the Republican Party?
I don't know, because
your president.
But some people in the Republican Party are so crazy about this immigration thing that they're going to be diametrically opposed to Newt just because he brought it up.
Diametrically opposed.
Opposed.
You don't think that that Mitt Romney will reemerge as the front runner?
I don't know what's going to happen with Republicans right now. It's really a toss-up.
I'm a Republican. I don't know what's going to happen with either.
Who would you rather face, Newt Gingrich in the fall, or Mitt Romney?
Oh, Newt, by all means.
He wants to play against.
He's got all kinds of baggage.
In that context, what is it now that has given Newt Gingrich this juggernaut appeal?
Well, at this point, it appears that like we said a couple weeks ago, that the support that Herman Cain lost went straight to Newt, and I think in the end what you're seeing is again the old is it Mitt or not Mitt
Perry and
argument.
Cain crashed and burned, and so that's all.
At this point, I would say that Newt has about a 40% shot of getting the nomination. That's pretty up. That's pretty on level the same with Mitt Romney. The question is, I found it interesting. I found it Perry's in about the 5% range right now.
His history.
What makes you say that?
Because he's performed so poorly on these debates. I mean, if they come to the president in the middle of the night and say, we're being attacked, Mr. President, what's the go code for the weapons? And he says, that's number 3, isn't it? You know, we can't do that. I'm sorry.
Is it that bad?
That was uncalled for.
Is it really that bad?
Look, I would have to say that as far as the Republicans are concerned, they have 2 very strong candidates in the race right now. Either one of them is capable of taking on Barack Obama in the fall. The question is, and I found it really interesting that Romney actually kind of moved to the right on the immigration stance when he saw Gingrich taking a centrist position that made sense.
Yeah,
Romney's actually playing to the base there, thinking that he can gain an advantage on that. I think it's going to be interesting to see how that argument plays out. And secondly, you know, we're almost just about a month or so now away from the first caucus in Iowa. You're starting to see the ground game. They're saying that Santorum's getting a little bit stronger on the ground there. But
he'll never make it.
He's gone from 3 to 6%, so I guess that's called doubling your numbers. But
Romney is an opportunist. He'll say anything to get elected.
The real question is who's going to win the substantive issue. These debates have really turned the primary season to what it used to be about campaigning. This year it's been about debating. That we've never seen that in a primary before. The way way it's gone like this. They've been very, very hyped up. Every single network's had one.
Of course, we got to see what Iowa does. What Iowa does is going to reveal a lot.
And then New Hampshire will do something opposite. So I would say that it's more likely that Kane or Gingrich comes off and wins Iowa, and then you see New Hampshire go solidly for Romney, and then you see it play out in South Carolina. And Florida will decide your nominee more than likely.
That's going to muddy the waters considerably if that happens.
All right. We've got to move along. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Let's pull up the full screen of an organization that we want to talk about now. The organization, Hub of Hope, fairly new, brand new, if you will, almost. Owner of Turnkey Mortgage, Ronnie Ramirez, joins me to talk all about this. Let's begin where beginning is beginning. What is Hub of Hope?
Okay, Hub of Hope is a project that stemmed out of a Leadership Beaumont program that's put on by the Beaumont Chamber of Commerce. And that is led by Shirley Bartos. She's the Senior Vice President there. And what they do is they choose individuals out of the community that they're looking to dedicate time, energy, ideas to help impact the local economy and the local community. And our topic that we were given was homeless people. Homeless. And so what we decided to do is we did some research, and we came up with some very interesting facts on the homeless, how many there are, the problems and obstacles that they actually deal with. And we came up with the Hub of Hope, which is really, to keep it simple, is a centralized location where the homeless people can actually come to conveniently, and they can receive the various sources that are available to them here in the local community.
So you're saying that there are resources available. Maybe they're not being utilized in the centralized way that they could be. Is that what your research found?
Yes, sir. That's exactly right. You know, there's a lot of good companies out there, a lot of good organizations that are doing a wonderful job. And so what we're trying to do is work side by side with those organizations and allow them to get their resources together, and the homeless people can come to one location, and we can kind of allocate those resources and make sure they know what's available to them.
Do we know where that location is going to be at
we
this
do not.
stage?
No, sir, we do not. Actually, we're at the beginning stages, but we're hitting the ground running. We're getting a lot of support, a lot of calls, people wanting to volunteer, and so we're really excited about getting the program up and running, because it's a real need that we have here in Southeast Texas.
Yeah, we've seen some of the need. I did a report, in fact, a couple of years ago, more along the lines of the transients that would come through, but homeless in the sense that they don't have a home to stay at. How is the homeless defined in this context? Is there a definition that would differ from what we would traditionally think of as the homeless?
Well, the homeless basically is going to be, you know, those individuals that don't have a primary residence or a place to stay. You know, a lot of the homeless people here in this area, you'll see them in various places.
Even for a couple of days, huh?
Even for a couple of days. Most of them obviously are homeless for longer periods of time. Some of the people that we've actually interviewed have been homeless anywhere from 6 months to as long as 3 years. It's amazing the people out there in our local community here.
The backpacks are crucial here. Well, as we look at our full screen to show, why are the backpacks so important?
Well, you know, when you're homeless, of course, you probably don't think about this every day, you know, because of our situation, and theirs is they have to carry everything that they own, including the clothes and shirts on their back. They have to have a convenient way to walk from place to place and to get around what they need.
And folks, you saw some of the telephone numbers. They're very crucial that if you can help in any way, you have any of the items that were listed there, if at all possible, make a donation, call up. You saw the two drop-off locations. There they are, Turnkey Mortgage. The phone numbers. You may have the phones ringing off the wall over there before long.
We hope we do.
Ronnie Ramirez, we appreciate you coming by. Thanks so much. We hope people can help out there.
Yes.
And I have no doubt that they will. Yes. Thanks for joining us on Southeast Texas Weekly. We hope to see you next time right here. Take care until then.
Erica Harris, 12 News HD.